What is good? Team Do What We Do. What we're going to do today is talk about the four key. I ain't even introduced myself like that. Let me let him introduce himself first.
My name is DeAndre. You call me Dre. I'm a fellow black man. Just living life.
My name, as you already know, my name is Randy Mbouge, motivational speaker, author, investor, and fitness enthusiast. And today, we're going to talk about the four keys to the good life, which is health, wealth, love, and happiness. From that concept, we're going to take it and talk about health first. Because you know what I'm saying? What's the point of having all the money in the world, but yet you're not very healthy? You know what I'm saying? I feel as if that's something that we have to continue to be mindful of if it comes from working out or just eating healthier, you know? You got anything you want to say?
I mean, you really mainly just touched on health. I mean, just taking care of yourself, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Like, mental health is a very... My fault. You know, mental health is a very big thing. It's a very, very big thing, especially amongst people like us. So, you know, that's something that you really should, pay attention to. Physical health is deeper than just lifting weights or eating right. You know, it's actually, getting your mind right, meditating to yourself, actually taking the time out to better yourself. So, that's really just health in general.
Right. I feel with that, something that's very important is knowing maybe when to treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? I feel as if a lot of people be like, hey, I'm gonna treat myself to this, I'm gonna treat myself to that. But like, bro, you just treated yourself 2 days ago. Like, I get it. We always say, like, we only have one life to live, make the most of it. But at what cost? You know what I'm saying? What is it costing you? Your sanity, your peace, or just really your just energy, right? You spend it on things that truly just don't matter. So what is it that you're actually, choosing to focus on? And then going deep into that. And now, aside from health, right, the next one we want to talk about is wealth. And now, the misconception sometimes with wealth is to say that I need a certain amount of money. I need 10 million, 15 million, 20 million. But it's like, imagine though, if that's not your magic number. What if your magic number is really, you just want to be able to make 70K a year and you're straight? You want to make 40K a year, you're straight, because now, right, you don't have any debt. You're able to just continue to live off the things that you're, currently doing to make money and just focusing on that.
I mean, pretty much he touched on it. Wealth, it is very misconstrued. People do tend to think, oh yeah, I gotta have this and this and this to be wealthy, when necessarily there's people that don't even touch $1 million, but it's very wealthy. So, it's not just all about of how much you're making, but just more so of what you're doing with it and how you're holding it per se. You can have the most money in the world and be in debt. There's a lot of people like that, a lot, and you can be one of the people that work at McDonald's or something and don't got no kind of debt. So I feel like wealth do come more from a personal point of stance on what you think wealth is for you. If you think wealth for you is $1 million every year, then that's your version of wealth. But if you feel like that your wealth is at least making $75,000 a year, being enough to pay rent, pay car notes, and take care of family, and still have enough left to just sit, then that's your version of wealth.
That's what I'm talking about. So now that's two of the four keys, right? We're talking about health, talking about wealth. The next one is love, right? I feel as if that love is very subjective. Everyone has their own definition for love and what it actually means to them. Some people say that, love is an action word. Love is a verb, something that you actually have to show through your actions, the things that you do for those individuals that you claim that you love. Another thing about that is that when you talk about love, it's just something that you could be maybe getting confused with lust. And you're talking about lust and love. These are two different things. And, that's something that we have to continue to be mindful of so that then we do not put ourselves in situations that we could have or should have never been in the first place. Point blank, period. But the reason why this is so important is because simply love can come from your family. It can come from the people that you truly appreciate, and you just kind of go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Love can come from, family. Love can come from your dog. I remember my dog, that was my son before I even had any. So love is it's a very touchy situation. It is very touchy. because that we do often do confuse love with lust, thinking, oh well, they're always next to me, they're always this, they're always that. But is their intentions really behind love, or is it behind lust? Because most people, especially men, we do tend to use lust as love, but you do have certain people that actually just don't. So you got to be able to understand which is which, love or lust. So
100%. So now that we've talked about health, wealth, love, the fourth key is happiness. I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna crush it right on the head with this one. Do not wait until you accomplish a certain goal or dream to then say that you are happy. A lot of people will say that I will not be happy until, I will not be satisfied until. So you're then waiting for you to accomplish a certain milestone before you can actually say that you're happy. Something that I personally do within my life is that I say, look, I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. I'm grateful, but I'm not content. Meaning that I always am striving for more, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know what, I'm not at least grateful or happy where I'm currently at. I have to then at least face that fact, that truth, that this is where I'm currently at, and I must continue to enjoy these things while I'm still here.
And I totally agree with him. Happiness, in my opinion, happiness comes from anything. Like, especially from somebody that's, never had nothing, that's actually been homeless before, actually, been down in the dirt. I get my happiness from anything. Choose, I win a game on my Xbox. Hey, that's enough happiness for me. I don't woke up. That's happiness. I can talk to my kids. Happiness is what you make it. Be happy with where you're at. Don't be like, like he said, if I lift 150 pounds tomorrow, I'll be happy with my results. And I'll be happy with the fact you made it to 145. You made it to 140. You never know. You probably can do 160. So just be happy with where you're at. Staying happy with where you're at is going to keep you happy. Because then when you start getting to where you want to be, you already got your happiness there. So it's just clicks.
Roger. So that's just something we want to talk about as far as the 4 keys of the good life: health, wealth, love, and happiness. And so I appreciate him taking the time to be on this video. If there's anything that we can do for you, please feel free to let us know. You already know what it is. Team Do What We Do. Any last remarks?
I got one question for you. What do you think a good life is?
I think I'm not gonna be like, I think the good life is whatever you make of it, but I truly believe that a good life is something that you could be proud of. As long as you can look back and say that, you know what, either I gave it all that I had to give, or I have no regrets, then by all means, I feel as if that's the good life, or your good life. You know what I'm saying? What about you? You want to ask me the question? You better have a.
Hey, man. For me, good life is being happy with yourself. Loving yourself. Being humble. That's a big one. That you can have, respect, all of that, but not being humble can really mess you up a lot. So I feel like, being happy, loving yourself, and being humble is key. Is a good life. You humble enough to take care of your family. You happy enough to still be alive. You love yourself enough to look in the mirror and be like, you know what, you an amazing person. So for me, that's what a good life is for me.
And that now concludes the 4 keys to the good life. Please subscribe, share, like, comment below. Let's get into it.